How would you revolutionize the car wash industry was the previous question I just answered in this case study playlist. But the next one I'm going to go ahead and chomp down for y'all is how can Tesla basically sell more cars? Very important. My name is Rich. I'm the founder of Product Gym, and I am rallying you to come into school to get a mock interview partner. Come to school where I'll pair you up with somebody here as part of our online community. And so how can Tesla go out there and sell some more cars? If you're interviewing with Tesla, you should actually go ahead, and I'm going to give you guys like a hack. And any interview that you're going through right now, expect a case study. And any interview that you're going into right now where you are doing a case study, expect that it's going to have something to do with revenue, and take a look at how it is that they're generating revenue right now. So this worked 3 years ago. It still works for us right now. And I'll go ahead and show y'all. Like this was back like 3 years ago. It's like Gene breaks down Tesla's earnings. Always go into the earnings report. How are they actually generating their rev? And I promise you, that's actually where the answer lies. Okay, because when you're talking about, hang on. How can Tesla go out there and sell more cars? Because I'm telling you guys right now, in terms of like, if you guys start making up shit, you guys are not really gonna like last long in the interview. You want to talk about, okay, so how do we sell more boba tea? How do we sell more cups of jasmine milk boba tea out of like all the different flavors out there? All right, well, how are we selling it now? What are the major revenue drivers? Go out there and actually do some of that research. The easier thing for you to do when it's like, well, how can you go out there? How would you increase the revenue at Spotify? How would you increase the revenue over there at YouTube? What's driving their revenue right now? If you type in the company name and CNBC, they will tell you. They will give you pie charts, bar graphs, breakdowns. They will tell you what's going on. They will give you all of that data. Don't even try to research this shit on ChatGPT, because they'll bring in an expert and all they do is cover that. Like, you think you're going to have more information than like, an analyst that's working for Kathy Wood at ARK that's covering, their sole job is covering Tesla? No. Because even if you prompt ChatGPT, you're only going to prompt them based upon what it is that you know to ask for. There's going to be so many things that it hasn't even occurred for you to think of. So one of the interview questions, I know we said like, how can Tesla go ahead and actually sell more cars? But the real question is, how do we increase revenue? You never want to talk about how you would increase revenue, because you kill your own interview that way. I don't understand why our competition keeps telling making money is not guaranteed in business. It's like you start saying like, oh, I would do this. It's like, oh, where have you been, our messiah, this entire time? I had no idea that was the way to go out there and make money. We should have brought you onto the team years ago. You're such a genius. You're already creating a very hostile environment for yourself. This is the standard question of how do you increase revenue for this business line? Well, from what I understand, how would you lay this up in the interview right now? From what I understand, the current revenue drivers, based upon what I research about the company on CNBC when I was going through YouTube, let them know how you did it. Don't pretend like you know it all. They love that shit though, how you figured out the answer, because they want to know. Do you have some common sense? So I'm just going to tell you guys straight up, I watched the earnings report over there on CNBC. I was on YouTube. I did a little scrolling on TikTok. And it seems to me right now the big revenue drivers are going to be this. And I started looking at it for the past 3 to 5 quarters, and I just went down a rabbit hole. For the past 12 quarters, these were the revenue drivers. I even taken some of the screenshots here from the pie chart. I would go ahead and wager, well, we got 12 quarters of data. That's 3 years to suggest this. Gigafactories. It's kind of what's making a difference here. I would probably maybe just double down on that. That's what I would do. But I would be happy to do more research and then gather that information back and present it to part of the team. That's all you got to do. So many people, they do so much research. They go into Wikipedia, and then they go to ChatGPT, and then they ask their friends that work at Tesla. By the time you're done doing research, the job's already been taken away. Why? Because your salary is largely dependent on your turnaround time too for the case study. So somebody's like, actually, I'm ready to go tomorrow, and you're like, I need a week on this. Some people take a week to a week and a half to present their product manager case study. It's gone. And even when they do, it's like, this case study doesn't look that good. Even if it looks good, it's like, well, it took too long. It's like, oh, so even if it was presented well, it's just like, well, we don't know. Let them know how do you respond, because time kills deals, and you gotta look at the situation that way when you're in this business now. So this is how I would go out there and present the answer to this question. Next one is, I haven't even filled out the slides yet, but the next one is going to be, how would you build the new Reddit platform? See you on the next video. It's right after this.